Today, we're going to be building a 20-car garage with only $1 million in GTA 5. If you guys go on to enjoy this video and you want to see another episode, I'll do the exact same thing, but with $2 million, and so on and so forth in the future. With that said, I hope you enjoy, and let's go get some cars. Let's start off on Legendary Motorsports. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to be purchasing any of the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack cars, because some people don't own that. But let's start off with the LG RH8, since it is free. And then we also have some free cars on this side as well. I think we're going to grab the Dukes. I think we'll grab the Stallion. And honestly, let's grab the Sprunk Buffalo, because I kind of like the look of this thing. There we go. We have 4 cars ready to go. Now, let's go see if we can find any nice cars driving around on the streets. Man, you gotta love those load times on PC. You see how fast I got out of that apartment? We got a Penumbra. I'm down with that. The upgrades this car has, some people like and some people don't. Personally, I love it, so we're definitely bringing this thing into our garage. So we're going to try to go and get an upgraded Sand King because they do spawn. So we decided to start up the Time to Get Away mission. We literally got a Sand King XL to spawn in just like that. And the best part is it comes upgraded. We got a custom paint job. We got a custom front bumper on it. Got a custom rear bumper, and of course we got the bed cap on here as well. Now the second you actually get the Sand King, you want to bring this straight back to one of your garages. Since none of the custom shops can be opened, you're not going to be able to put insurance on it just yet. But once you bring it inside your garage, you're good to go. Just quit the mission from there. So now we got the Sand King, which is great. And lucky for us, it's still nighttime. So we're going to try and get another upgraded car to spawn in while we have the chance to. So the car we're going for is an upgraded Sentinel XS. But you pretty much just drive up here, make a left, and hope that you see one spawn in. And as you can see, we actually just got it on our first try. I'm actually really surprised that we did that. So let's just jack this lady's car. Thank you very much. It's a beautiful car you got here, ma'am. And boom, we just found a partially modified Sentinel XS, just like that. And of course, the location for this is right here. All you want to do is drive up the street. You don't see it, drive down this street, drive back around, and all the way back up again. And the time we're doing this at is between 00 and I would say until dawn. But just like that, we got 2 partially upgraded cars completely free off the streets. And so far, we haven't spent a dime on any of the vehicles in this garage yet. And boom, the Sentinel has been secured. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the upgrades with you guys, because that's just going to be a waste of time. Put on whatever you want, but I'm going to customize them a little bit, and then obviously I'm going to show exactly how much it costs for each of the upgrades. Starting off with the Sentinel XS. Since this vehicle already came cosmetically upgraded, we don't need to do anything to it. The only thing I did was put window tint on, which cost $1,500. Next up, we have the Penumbra. In total, we spent $23,940 on this car. Don't forget, we're only level 18, so we don't have too many upgrades unlocked. And that honestly works well for most of the people watching this video, because if you're building a 20-car garage with only $1 million, chances are you're not the highest level in the game. Next, we got the Sprunk Buffalo. In total, we spent $19,040 on the Sprunk Buffalo. Our main goal is to spend under $50,000 on each of the cars in this garage. If we're able to do that, we'll have some money left over, which means we could spend maybe $150K on a nicer looking car and put some cool upgrades on it. The total we've spent so far on 3 cars is only $44,480. So far, we're ahead. Next up, we have the Stallion. The total we spent on the Stallion is $7,860. If we were a bit higher of a level, we could have put a nice custom roof on, which would match with the primary color, but sadly, we can't do that as of right now. But I still think the car looks pretty clean. It doesn't really have too many upgrades, but honestly, that's okay. Next up is the Imponte Dukes. We spent $20,110 on the Imponte Dukes, and we had to put the Canadian flag on the roof because we're from Canada. Next up, we got the LG RH8. We spent a grand total of $27,130 on the LG RH8. The thing that cost the most was this spoiler. $10,000. But trust me, at a low level, it's honestly worth it. It looks a lot better than the basic one. And now we got the Sand King XL. Don't forget, if you grab a car off the street, make sure you put the full coverage on it, which we're also adding into the cost. The best part is the fact that this car comes with custom wheels, so we could just simply change the color to black, and we don't actually need to repurchase new rims. And boom, there we go. The total we spent on the Sand King XL is $10,355. half of that was just putting insurance on. So don't forget, our goal is to spend $1 million. And like I said, we want to spend on average about $50,000 per car. So far, we have 7 cars upgraded the way we want them to. And we've only spent $109,000. So far, we are way under budget, which is great because now the next couple of cars we can actually upgrade a little bit more. So let's head out onto the streets and see what we can find. Just before we grab a few more cars, let's take a look at this video's sponsor. If you love playing GTA Online, but you've been getting somewhat bored of it recently, why not check out Grand RP? They are one of the most popular RP servers out right now with almost 10,000 players active across all their servers. They also have a huge selection of cars, over 350 in total, and new ones being added almost every single month. Unlike in GTA 5, you can join a bunch of different types of organizations in Grand RP, like 5 different types of gangs, the police, the government, or even work at a hospital. If you guys want to play, click the link down below in the description, click start playing, choose your server, fill in the information, and click register, then download the launcher and start playing GTA 5 in a way you've never experienced before. Right over here, we got a nice looking Cadillac Escalade. Might as well grab this. And boom, there we go. Escalade secured. Well, look what we have here. The Benefactor Schwarzer. Now it says Simeon wants this vehicle. We're not gonna let him have it. Sorry, buddy. If you guys didn't know, this is an $80,000 car that we just got completely free. Let's do some quick math on how much money we've saved by finding all of these cars on the streets. So not including any of the vehicles that we got for free, we have saved a grand total of $279,000 by just finding these cars on the streets. While we're in here, we might as well upgrade these cars. Starting off with the Cavalcade. The total we spent was $9,240 on this Albany Cavalcade. And honestly, it has no upgrades, but it looks beautiful blacked out. Next, we got the Schwarzer. The total we spent on the Schwarzer is about $15,400, and I think it looks pretty awesome, especially with this bolt-on wide body. Look what we found, one of my favorite muscle cars in the game, the Sabre Turbo. If you guys don't want to drive around the city finding the cars, obviously you could just purchase most of them, but I would highly recommend just trying to find them on the streets. Especially if you have a fairly low budget for what you're willing to spend on this garage, trust me, it's worth it to just try to find these cars on the streets. Because you can actually find some pretty nice vehicles without having to spend any money. Yeah, honestly, I say we grab the Virgo. It's definitely not the craziest car in the game, and it's definitely not my favorite muscle car, but I mean, if you black this thing out, it honestly looks pretty damn nice. Alright, while we're here, we might as well upgrade these 2 cars. Starting off with the Sabre Turbo. The total we spent on the Sabre Turbo is $18,355, and I think it looks phenomenal. My favorite part about this car is how clean it looks. You don't even need to upgrade this thing into the custom version because it's practically the exact same thing. The only real difference between this and the custom version is going to be a few minor interior upgrades, some minor cosmetic upgrades on the outside, and of course hydraulics. That's pretty much it. And now, let's customize the Virgo. And there we go. The total that we spent on the Vigero, I just realized I was pronouncing it wrong this whole time, is $17,995. It has barely any customization, but it's a pretty simple looking muscle car, and I have to admit, it's pretty clean. I know some of you are probably wondering, are we gonna buy some actual cars? Yes, we're about to do that right now. We have 11 cars in this garage. Our budget is $1 million. We still have 9 more to go, and we've only spent $170,000 so far, which is insanely good. So right now we have about $830,000 sitting in our pockets to buy some nice cars. So let's take a look at Southern San Andreas Super Autos, and we'll take a look at Legendary Motorsports after and buy some more cars. I do want to get the Dominator, but I could find this on the streets, and I'm not going to waste $35,000 purchasing this thing since I could find it on the streets for free. Let's grab some cars that we're not able to find on the streets. Sadly, a lot of these cars get really expensive. I think for old time's sake, let's buy the Hijack Chameleon. It's honestly a pretty great car. Performance-wise though, it's not too great. But you got to admit, that's pretty damn cool. It's got solar panels on the roof to charge it. Honestly, we might as well grab the Duke O'Death. This thing is a sick car, and it's also armored, just like the Karen Kuruma, but this car you can get for free. Honestly, the Mesa is a really nice looking Jeep in GTA Online. We can actually find it on the streets, but sadly we can't bring it into our garage, so we will have to purchase it. Now I know this is a lot of money that we're dropping on one car, but the Dubsta 6x6 is beautiful, and we're gonna buy it for $250,000. And if you love Porsches, why not get the regular Comet? Every OG GTA player at one point owned this car, so we might as well grab it for $100K. And now the total we've spent so far is $707,925. Yes, in just a matter of minutes, we have spent just over $500,000. But we still have another 300 grand available, and we also have 4 other spots for some awesome cars. So I'm hoping we still have a couple $100,000 left over, and then we'll find a couple more nice looking cars on the streets, and then we'll buy 1 or 2 more cars. Let's start off by upgrading the Chameleon. The total we spent on the Chameleon is $14,400. Once again, this car doesn't have too many upgrades. And now we got the Duco Death. This car has literally no customization to it. All we did was change the color to gray, and it only cost us $2 grand. Don't forget, you obviously got to upgrade the armor, the brakes, the engine, and all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't recommend spending thousands of dollars on engine upgrades, or even putting turbos on for $30,000 to $50,000. In my opinion, it's just a waste of money for some of these cheaper cars, and I would save that cash for some better cars in the future. Now let's customize the Mesa. The total we spent on the Mesa is $11,390. Once again, this car has no customization. The one thing I'm not a huge fan of about this car is the roll cage. Even though it does look kind of cool, I think it would be a lot better if we didn't have it on. Now, if you guys know what a Benny's merge glitch is, if you were to do that, you can actually remove the entire roll cage from the vehicle and get a nice clean looking off-roading Jeep. I would recommend doing that if you want to have a cooler looking car, but just don't do it too much or you might risk getting banned. Now let's upgrade the Dubsta 6x6. Since I'm a lower level on my PC account, I'm not able to truly upgrade this car too much, but I still think it looks pretty beautiful. The total we spent on the Dubsta 6x6 is $44,430. The reason why is because we put the Deep Flake Reserve street rims on. I just had to put them on this truck because it looks so beautiful. And now let's upgrade the Comet. The total we spent on the Comet is $14,630, which isn't bad at all. So we still have space for a couple of other cars. The total we've spent so far is $794,000, which gives us about 206 grand to spend on these last 4 vehicles. So what I'm planning to do is go and drive around, hopefully find a couple more nice looking cars, bring them back here, and then maybe purchase one more beautiful vehicle after that. One of my favorite cars in GTA 5, the Phoenix. You're not able to buy this thing. The only way you can get it is by finding it on the streets, and I absolutely love it. And look at what spawns the second we get out of our garage. A matte black Range Rover. We gotta get this thing in the garage quick. I see a Dominator right there. Let's hope we can grab that thing afterwards. If so, that is gonna be perfect. Hey, let's go. Look at that. Get right back out and a Dominator spawns. We actually got pretty lucky here because these are 3 awesome vehicles. So what we're gonna do is upgrade them, and whatever money we have left over, we're gonna spend that on a car that we could actually buy, upgrade that, and that should be just under our budget of $1 million. So let's start off by upgrading the Phoenix. Gotta love that spoiler, and you gotta love that it's only $700 to put on. The total we spent on the Phoenix is $6,535. It doesn't have too many upgrades, and I honestly like the look of the stock rims. They already come black. Even though it has a little bit of chrome, I don't really mind it. The main thing about this car is this beautiful spoiler. Next, let's upgrade the Baller. The total we spent on the Baller was $19,090. We actually got kind of blessed here since it already came matte black. I was gonna make it black anyways. Next, let's upgrade the Dominator. For some reason, we can actually put on limo window tint and dark smoke window tint on this car, even though we're only level 19. Well, it says that we don't unlock it until rank 50. Wow, we can actually do that with every single one of the upgrades for some reason. Literally everything just became unlocked. I've never even done a race on this account, and somehow we have turbo tuning unlocked for this car. The total that we spent on the Dominator is $26,937, and I think it looks pretty damn nice. We have one spot left in this garage, and after upgrading those 3 vehicles, we have spent $847,357. So that means we got 153 grand left to spend on the final vehicle. So we gotta make sure we buy something beautiful. I'm debating which car I want to buy between the Serrano, the 9F, and the Coquet. The Coquet, I believe, is the best in terms of performance. In terms of looks, it's probably the best as well, but it is also the most expensive, and we're going to have the least room for upgrades. If we end up buying this car, we're only going to be able to spend about $15,000 on it. I still think we can make it look pretty damn nice, so I think we're going to buy it. Just to save a little bit of money, let's just select whichever color here, and that's the color we'll actually keep on the car. Alright, let's upgrade the final car, the Coquet. We have $14,643 to spend in order to come in under budget. This car has some really expensive upgrades, which is not great. And there we go. We have upgraded the Coquet. Sadly, it doesn't look like we're going to come in under budget. We spent $16,490 on this car, $2,000 over budget. The reason why is because I had to put a spoiler on this car. I think it looks so much better, and it costs $7,000 to do that. And there's still a ton of other upgrades we could throw on in the future, obviously. So the total that we spent in the end was $1,001,847. I'm just gonna round that down to $1 million because honestly, $1,800 is something you can get in 5 minutes just by killing people at the beach and picking up whatever pocket money they had. Guys, we built an absolutely beautiful garage with $1 million in GTA 5. You don't always need to have tens of millions of dollars to create the nicest looking garage in this game. Most of the cars that we have in this garage we just grabbed right off the street, and we ended up spending about $700,000 on cars we purchased. If we ended up purchasing all the vehicles that are in this garage right now, we would have spent at least $1.3 million. But I think it looks awesome, and if you guys want to see another episode of this, of me building another 20-car garage with, let's say, a $2 million budget, or a $3 million budget, or a $5 million budget, let me know down below in the comments section. And if you guys want to check out some other garage builds we've done in the past, with budgets between $500,000 all the way up to $30 million, check them out down below. And obviously, if you want to try to make $30 million, I'll link some guides down there as well to help you guys make some money. But anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you went on to enjoy it. And with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.